Okay, good morning, morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Thank you, guys. Crazy market last week. How much fun was that? We did fine. It was a fun week. MicroStrategy and Bitcoin were all the wave last week. Coin was insane. MicroStrategy very good on Monday and then Friday. Same thing, lining up for today. So keep an eye on that. They both were way up. They were both 227 last night, both of them, and they're both down. Okay, so they're down about 11 points from where they were last night. Bitcoin is a little bit lower. It needs to get through 70,000. Okay, if you believe the charts, an indicator is that algos are using charts, then they should not be low. Okay, but we know that doesn't work. News trumps everything. So that's what we see. Now, very interesting. We bought Humana. It's up 12. So you should probably get a double or triple on those right off the bat. If there's no deal, it goes to zero very fast. If there's a deal, it can probably go to $30. Okay? It is what it is. Trading 101, very simple. To become great, you have to take profits, you have to roll, you have to eliminate risk, you have to quit your whining, and it's everybody else's fault stuff, and it's your fault. If you lie to yourself, it's your fault. Think about somebody that bought MicroStrategy last week on a Monday when it was rocking and went to 222. You bought, say, the 220s, and then it went down for 4 days. And then it came all the way back Friday when you had a triple. Think about it. You have a triple and you don't sell. Okay? You have to do that. This is options. Now, there's a whole bunch of people in here that buy stocks based on the option calls, which is fine. But think about it. Chips took off. Just look at TSM. TSM is down $14. And the earnings were as good as any earnings you've ever seen. It appears to me that TSM is doing what NVIDIA's did. The news is so good, they can't believe it, and it just goes lower. Okay? So very, very simple. And you have to revise that, and then you'll do great. Okay? And then you'll do great. Netflix, very nice day, very strong. Can it get to 800? Maybe. Now remember, the election is coming up, so some of this stuff could be election related. A lot of it is based on speculation. Somebody's going to win this, somebody's going to win this, the Congress is going to do this is going to do this. People just make shit up. Okay? Nobody knows anything. There is not one person in the world, not one, that knows who's going to win the election. So here's what I know. No matter what happens, on the night of the election, you're not going to know who wins. And you're probably not going to know who wins for a couple weeks. So just understand that. Now remember, the market doesn't like uncertainty. But that's going to be here, okay? Today, NVIDIA, if it takes out 141, it could probably go insane, okay? Very straightforward. And that's about it. I mean, right now it's about MicroStrategy and coin, and you want to see if Bitcoin gets going. And if it gets going, then we see. If not, you chill. SMCI, still no news. It's going to go on too much. Somebody told me you can't report earnings if you don't verify the results from the following year on the 10K. I don't know if that's true. Isn't that interesting? Because they were supposed to have earnings this week, and they never announced last week. Okay? So maybe. Think about this company. I mean, maybe they have great earnings, and maybe they say all's good, but the company is shit, the CEO is shit, and everybody should know that. Maybe you could make money on it. We'd like to make money if it rips, but it is shit. Now, remember, it doesn't matter. Don't fall in love with any of this stuff, okay? Interesting. And that's what we know. Hold on. One other one here. right? Okay. Wolf, WULF. Looks like Drunken Miller bought a lot of this stock, 2 million shares. Okay? So he put in $10 million for a $5 stock. Something to keep an eye on. Okay? So just something to know. Okay? Let's get started here. Okay, it's 10:21. SPX down 16. Not really sure why it's down. I don't really see a reason why it's down at all. Okay? So do we come back up? Do we go way up? Don't know. Okay? Subtract 16 from here, you're at 56.50-ish, somewhere in there, 56.48, 58.48, 58.31 down, 58.09, 5,900 up. Okay? Avago down a little bit, 181, 186. NVIDIA, 141. Nothing else. It's 141. Once it's through, 146. Underneath, 131. Lilly, no man's land. We're not in it. We're probably not going to touch this till it gets to 938 again. Just doesn't break through. Okay? ASML, this thing was all the way at 672. It's up. Interesting. It's up Thursday, Friday. People saying the numbers weren't as accurate, blah, 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 blah. Underneath 700 is bad. If Lam Research misses, this thing's 650. 650 Lam Research misses. Okay? So just know that. Lam Research earnings coming, 81, 86, 92. Underneath, 65. CrowdStrike hit 221 and dropped 15 last week. Okay? 313, 316. Pan W on the screen, 382. Netflix, 772 up, 751 down. ARM, what a day on Monday. Last Monday it hits 162 and can't go up after that. Isn't that interesting? So you got 161, 148. Coin, 222, 228. MicroStrategy, 221, 228. Meta, this thing hit 603 and down 25 straight points. We told you can't play these when they pop 10. They're too high. Gotta wait. Okay? Would love to see this at 550, and then we load for earnings. Okay? Humana, do they get news? If they get news, and if they get bought, this can go a long way. If they don't, it goes to zero. Afra, wait for earnings, 46.51. UPSD, 56.59. Carvana sitting here for 2 weeks, 192, 196, underneath 188. SMCI needs news, 51, 56. TSM, 203, but wait for the first 5-point pop. Okay? Microsoft, no man's land, can't get out of its own way. You just can't rob people. This is like Microsoft seems to want to rob people with prices. Tesla, earnings week. Can it reverse? It needs 236, 252 to really start moving. He hasn't talked about the new car, so who knows what he's doing. He's too involved politically to care about anything else. NOW down 20. Interesting. Earnings coming, 871 down, 852 if they miss, 952 if they rock. Okay? That's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat.